Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs, kingdom builders, and wealth creators, let me ask you a question. Have you ever found yourself chasing after someone who doesn't see your value? Have you ever texted, called, and begged someone to recognize your worth? If so, today is your day of freedom. See, I came to tell you today, you don't beg for value, you demonstrate value. You don't chase people who don't respect your time. You attract people by becoming valuable. You won't keep texting and calling, hoping someone will see what you bring to the table. Instead, you build a table so strong that the right people come knocking on your door. So I'm going to give you 4 principles to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Write these down, live by them, and watch how your life changes. Imagine walking into a luxury car dealership. The most expensive cars are not lined up outside with banners saying, "Please buy me." No, they are inside, polished to perfection, waiting for the right buyer to come to them. The rarest, most valuable items in the world do not beg for attention, they command it. This principle applies not just to material things, but to people as well. If you have to chase, beg, or plead for someone to notice your worth, you are operating from a place of lack rather than abundance. One of the biggest mistakes people make, whether in business, relationships, or personal growth, is believing that their success depends on how hard they chase after opportunities. They think that if they just send one more message, make one more call, or prove themselves just a little bit more, someone will finally recognize their value. But that's not how success works. You don't chase people, you become the kind of person that others want to chase. The moment you decide to stop pursuing and start positioning yourself, your entire life changes. Instead of running after opportunities, you become the kind of person who naturally attracts them. This doesn't mean you sit around and wait for things to happen. It means you invest in yourself so deeply that your success becomes inevitable. The rarest diamonds in the world are not sitting on the surface waiting to be picked up. They are buried deep within the earth, requiring effort and persistence to uncover. People value what they have to work for. If you make yourself too available, too accessible, or too eager to please, you lose the very power that makes you desirable. Think about the most successful individuals in business. They don't cold call thousands of people begging them to buy their product. Instead, they establish such a strong brand and reputation that people seek them out. The best professionals don't have to beg for clients. They are booked months in advance because their expertise is undeniable. This is because they have positioned themselves as the prize, not the pursuer. So what does it mean to be the prize? It means you focus on your growth, skills, and self-worth instead of validation from others. It means you develop yourself so much that you no longer feel the need to prove your worth. Your results speak for themselves. The greatest mistake you can make is tying your value to whether or not someone chooses you. Your worth is not determined by someone else's opinion. It is determined by what you bring to the table. Consider relationships, whether personal or professional. The more you chase someone who does not reciprocate your energy, the more you lower your perceived value. People naturally take for granted what is always available. If you are always calling, texting, and trying to convince someone to spend time with you, you are sending a subconscious message that you don't believe you are valuable enough for them to choose you willingly. And if you don't believe in your value, why should they? Instead of chasing, start attract. Action is not about manipulation or playing games. It's about becoming so confident in your own worth that others naturally gravitate toward you. When you are secure in your purpose, you don't waste time convincing anyone to see your value because the right people will recognize it instantly. You develop a mindset that says, "I am valuable and I do not need to prove it to anyone. Those who recognize my worth are welcome in my life. Those who don't are free to go." This applies to every area of life. If you're an entrepreneur, don't run after potential clients begging them to do business with you. Instead, become so skilled and knowledgeable in your field that people come to you. If you're looking for a job, don't send out hundreds of desperate applications. Build your expertise, create undeniable proof of your skills, and position yourself as someone who companies want to hire. If you're in a personal relationship, don't beg someone to love or respect you. Instead, cultivate a life so full of purpose and passion that anyone who joins you sees it as an honor, not an obligation. Being the prize means understanding that rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It's simply redirection. If someone doesn't choose you, it's not because you're not good enough. It's because they are not aligned with your path. The wrong people will never see your value no matter how much you chase them. The right people will recognize it effortlessly. Many people live in a scarcity mindset, believing that opportunities, relationships, and success are limited. They think that if they don't chase, they will be left behind. But the truth is, abundance comes to those who operate from a place of confidence. When you stop acting from desperation and start acting from certainty, you shift the entire dynamic of your life. You begin to see that you are not here to prove yourself to anyone. You are here to become the best version of yourself, and in doing so, you will attract everything meant for you. The key to this transformation is self-investment. Instead of spending energy chasing, use that energy to improve yourself. Learn new skills, refine your craft, build your confidence, and create undeniable proof of your excellence. When you do this, opportunities will begin to appear where you once saw obstacles. People will start reaching out to you instead of the other way around. The more you work on yourself, the more you elevate your position in life, and the higher you rise, the less you have to chase. So I challenge you today, stop running after people who do not see your worth. Stop begging for opportunities that require you to diminish yourself. Stop trying to prove yourself to those who are not meant to be part of your journey. Instead, focus on becoming the best version of yourself, because when you become the prize, everything you have been chasing will start chasing you. Time is the most valuable asset you will ever own. Unlike money, which you can earn, invest, and multiply, time is something you can never get back once it's spent. Every second that passes is a second you can never reclaim. Yet so many people waste their time on things that do not serve them, chasing people who do not respect them, engaging in distractions that do not elevate them, and delaying the actions that could change their lives. If you want to build wealth, success, and true fulfillment, the first thing you must learn is to treat your time like the precious asset it is. The way you use your time determines the quality of your life. If you invest your time wisely, it will reward you with opportunities, financial growth, and deep personal fulfillment. If you waste it, you will find yourself stuck in the same place year after year, wondering why success seems to come easily to others but not to you. The truth is, successful people do not have more hours in the day than you do. They simply value their time differently. They do not spend it on things that do not align with their goals. They do not waste it on people who drain their energy. They do not allow distractions to steal their focus. They understand that every moment they spend must contribute to their vision, their growth, and their legacy. One of the biggest ways people misuse their time is by chasing what is not meant for them. How often do people beg for relationships, business opportunities, or clients that clearly do not respect their value? They spend hours following up trying to convince people to see their worth instead of focusing on becoming so excellent that the right people recognize their value without persuasion. Every minute spent begging for validation is a minute that could have been spent improving skills, building a business, or creating something meaningful. When you truly understand the value of your time, you stop wasting it on anything that does not move you forward. Time is also wasted when people allow themselves to be distracted. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, television, gossip, meaningless conversations, and unproductive habits. Many people complain that they do not have enough time to pursue their goals, yet they spend hours scrolling through their phones, watching other people live their dreams instead of working on their own. If you truly want success, you must audit your time. Where is it going? Who is consuming it? Is it being spent on activities that build your future, or is it being wasted on things that will not matter a year from now? Successful people do not let distractions dictate their schedule. They control their time with intention. They create routines that prioritize growth, learning, and productivity. They set clear goals and allocate their time in ways that ensure those goals are met. They do not wait for inspiration to strike. They discipline themselves to use their time wisely, even when they do not feel like it. This level of discipline is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who merely wish for them. Another critical aspect of time management is knowing when to say no. Many people struggle with this because they feel obligated to say yes to every request, invitation, or opportunity. But here's the truth. Every time you say yes to something that does not align with your purpose, you are saying no to something that does. Wealthy, successful people understand that their time is limited, so they guard it fiercely. They do not allow others to dictate their schedule. They do not overcommit themselves to things that do not serve their vision. They recognize that every yes must be intentional, and every no is a way of protecting their most valuable asset. In business, time is often the difference between profit and loss. The most successful entrepreneurs do not spend their days doing tasks that do not generate income or growth. They delegate, automate, and prioritize high-value activities. They do not waste time on customers who are not serious, deals that are not beneficial, or meetings that do not move the needle. They operate with a sense of urgency because they understand that every wasted hour is an hour they will never get back. Likewise, in personal growth, time is the key to transformation. If you spend your days on autopilot doing the same things, thinking the same thoughts, and living the same routines, your life will not change. But if you dedicate even a small portion of your time each day to learning new skills, developing new habits, and challenging yourself, you will see exponential growth over time. The problem is that most people want quick results without investing the necessary time. They want success without the process. But success is the result of thousands of hours of intentional effort. The sooner you understand this, the sooner you will stop looking for shortcuts and start building real, lasting success. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to start thinking of your time as money. Imagine that every hour you waste is like burning a $100 bill. If you had to physically set fire to money every time you wasted an hour, how quickly would you change your habits? The truth is, your time is even more valuable than money because once it's gone forever. When you start seeing time this way, you begin to protect it, invest it wisely, and use it in ways that generate returns. The difference between those who live a life of mediocrity and those who build wealth, impact, and fulfillment is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It is how they use their time. Wealthy people think long-term. They do not waste today because they understand that today is shaping their future. They make decisions based on where they want to be in 5, 10, or 20 years, not just on what feels good in the moment. They're not distracted by temporary pleasures because they are focused on permanent success. If you want to change your life, start by changing how you spend your time. Cut out distractions, stop chasing what is not meant for you, and use your time in ways that create growth. Invest in your skills, build valuable relationships, and discipline yourself to stay focused on your goals. Treat every hour as if it holds the key to your future, because it does. When you stop wasting time and start using it wisely, you will see results faster than you ever imagined. And once you learn to master your time, you will master your destiny. 4-0, you said, expend it. The law of attraction is real, but it starts with you in 800 words without heading. ChatGPT said, the law of attraction is often misunderstood. People hear about it and think it means sitting back, wishing for success, and waiting for the universe to deliver everything they desire. But that is not how it works. The law of attraction is real, but it does not operate on wishful thinking. It operates on action, mindset, and alignment. You do not simply get what you want, you get what you are. The energy you carry, the beliefs you hold, and the actions you take determine what you attract into your life. If you want to change what you receive, you must first change what you put out. And most people go through life unaware of the energy they bring into every situation. They carry doubt, insecurity, and scarcity, yet wonder why they attract obstacles, failures, and disappointments. The truth is that your external world is a direct reflection of your internal state. If you think small, you will live small. If you focus on what you lack, you will continue to lack. But if you think big, act boldly, and truly believe in your potential, you will start attracting opportunities that match your mindset. The key to making the law of attraction work is understanding that it starts with you. You cannot wait for success to come before you feel successful. You cannot wait for wealth to arrive before you start thinking like a wealthy person. You must first become the type of person who attracts the life you want. This means developing confidence, discipline, and a clear vision for your future. It means stepping into the mindset of someone who already has what they desire long before it physically manifests. Think about the most successful people in the world. They did not start from a place of certainty. They started from belief. They saw themselves as winners before they had proof. They walked with confidence before anyone knew their name. They spoke their dreams into existence, not because they had guarantees, but because they understood that the energy they put out would shape their reality. You must do the same. If you want to attract success, you must first carry yourself as someone who is worthy of success. If you want to attract wealth, you must stop thinking like a broke person and start thinking like someone who is financially empowered. One of the most powerful ways to shift your attraction is by changing your self-image. Many people stay stuck because they hold on to an outdated version of themselves. They see themselves as struggling, unworthy, or incapable, and that belief keeps them trapped in a cycle of limitation. The universe does not respond to what you want, it responds to what you believe about yourself. If you believe you are not good enough, you will subconsciously sabotage opportunities. If you believe success is reserved for others, you will never reach for it yourself. But when you reprogram your mind to see yourself as powerful, capable, and deserving, you start to attract situations that align with that belief. The law of attraction also requires action. You cannot just sit in your room repeating affirmations and expect your life to change. You must take steps that align with your vision. If you want to attract financial abundance, you must start managing your money wisely, investing in opportunities and developing skills that increase your value. If you want to attract love and respect, you must first become the kind of person who embodies those qualities. You cannot expect the world to give you something you have not yet cultivated within yourself. Many people fall into the trap of focusing on what they don't want. They constantly talk about their problems, their struggles, and their fears. But the law of attraction works by amplifying whatever you focus on. If you focus on negativity, you will attract more negativity. If you focus on obstacles, you will encounter more of them. But if you shift your focus to possibilities, solutions, and abundance, you will start to see more of those things show up in your life. This is not about ignoring reality. It is about choosing what part of reality you give your energy to. Every successful person has faced hardships, but they did not let those hardships define them. Instead of dwelling on problems, they focused on their vision. They spoke life into their dreams. They aligned their actions with their goals. And because of that, they attracted success even in the face of difficulties. Your environment also plays a crucial role in what you attract. If you surround yourself with negativity, toxic relationships, and limiting beliefs, you will absorb that energy. But if you surround yourself with ambitious, high-level thinkers, you will naturally start operating on a higher frequency. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the conversations you engage in all shape your energy. If you want to attract success, you must immerse yourself in environments that reflect the success you desire. Another key to mastering the law of attraction is gratitude. Many people delay their happiness thinking they will only be fulfilled once they reach a certain level of success. But gratitude shifts your energy instantly. When you appreciate what you already have, you signal to the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude raises your vibration and puts you in alignment with abundance. Instead of focusing on what is missing, focus on what is already working. When you operate from a place of appreciation, you attract more things to be grateful for. Faith is also an essential component of attraction. There will be times when things do not happen as quickly as you want. There will be setbacks, delays, and challenges. But if you truly believe in your vision, you will not be shaken by temporary obstacles. You will keep moving forward, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Those who lack faith give up too soon. They let fear dictate their actions. But those who understand the law of attraction trust the process. They keep showing up, keep believing, and keep taking action until their desires manifest. Ultimately, the law of attraction is about alignment. You do not attract what you wish for, you attract what you are. If you want more, become more. If you want success, embody success. If you want wealth, think and act like a wealthy person. Everything you desire is already waiting for you. It is simply a matter of stepping into the version of yourself that is ready to receive it. So stop waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, or the right circumstance. Start becoming the person who naturally attracts what you desire. Change your mindset, take action, surround yourself with the right energy, and trust the process, because the law of attraction is real, but it always starts with you. Walking away is one of the most powerful moves you can make in life. It is not an act of weakness, but an act of strength. The way you walk away from situations, people, and opportunities determines whether you are in control or if you are being controlled. Most people stay in places where they are no longer valued because they are afraid of the unknown, afraid of being alone, or afraid of losing something they believe they cannot replace. But the truth is, anything you have to beg for is already beneath you. When you truly understand your worth, you do not walk away with fear, you walk away with power. Power comes from knowing that you do not have to force anything that is not meant for you. When something is right for you, it will flow, it will feel aligned, it will not require you to diminish yourself, beg for attention, or fight for basic respect. But when something is wrong, you will feel resistance, you will feel drained, disrespected, or undervalued. And in those moments, you have a choice to stay and tolerate what does not serve you, or to walk away with confidence, knowing that better things are ahead. Many people struggle with walking away because they tie their identity to what they are leaving behind. They believe that if they let go of a relationship, a job, or a situation, they are losing a part of themselves. But real power comes from understanding that your value does not decrease just because someone fails to see it. Walking away is not a loss. It is a statement. It says, I know who I am, and I refuse to settle for less than I deserve. That level of self-respect attracts better opportunities, stronger relationships, and a higher quality of life. Fear is what keeps people trapped in the wrong situations. Fear convinces you to hold on even when you know it is time to let go. Fear tells you that if you walk away, you will never find something better. But fear is a liar. It operates from a place of scarcity, convincing you that opportunities are limited. In reality, there is abundance all around you, but you will never access it if you are too afraid to leave what is no longer serving you. The most powerful people in the world are not afraid to walk away. They understand that their time, energy, and presence are valuable, and they do not waste them on things that no longer align with their vision. They do not beg for people to treat them right. They do not chase after opportunities that require them to compromise their self-respect. They do not allow fear to dictate their decisions. Instead, they trust that by walking away from the wrong things, they are making room for the right things. Walking away with power means having the courage to say, this is not for me, without hesitation. It means recognizing when a relationship, a business deal, or a situation is draining you instead of elevating you. It means setting boundaries and enforcing them. It means valuing yourself enough to step away from anything that does not align with your standards. And most importantly, it means trusting yourself. Knowing that you do not need to stay in the wrong place just because it is familiar. One of the biggest misconceptions about walking away is that it means giving up. But walking away is not quitting. It is choosing yourself. It is acknowledging that staying in a situation out of fear is not winning. True winning happens when you know your worth and refuse to accept anything less than what you deserve. The moment you stop begging, chasing, or forcing things to work, you reclaim your power. There is a difference between walking away in fear and walking away in power. Fearful walking away is reactive. It is driven by frustration, pain, or insecurity. It comes from a place of weakness, where you leave a situation but still feel emotionally tied to it. You may still seek validation, hoping the other person or the situation will acknowledge what they lost. But walking away with power is different. It is proactive. It is a decision made from a place of confidence, not desperation. It is not about proving a point to anyone. It is about knowing your value and acting accordingly. The way you walk away also determines what you attract next. If you walk away with fear, doubt, or regret, you will find yourself in the same situations over and over again. But if you walk away with power, certainty, and self-respect, you will naturally attract better opportunities. The universe responds to the energy you put out. If you operate from a place of desperation, you will attract situations that keep you desperate. But if you operate from a place of abundance, you will attract situations that reflect your worth. Walking away with power also means walking towards something greater. You are not just leaving something behind. You are stepping into a new version of yourself. Every time you choose yourself over fear, you grow stronger. You build self-trust. You develop the confidence to make bold decisions without second guessing yourself. And most importantly, you set a new standard for your life. One where you no longer tolerate anything that does not serve you. There will be moments when walking away feels uncomfortable. Growth always comes with discomfort, but discomfort is temporary. Settling for less than you deserve is permanent. The pain of walking away will never be as great as the pain of staying where you do not belong. And the sooner you take control of your choices, the sooner you will realize that everything you were afraid to lose was never meant for you in the first place. Real power is not in how hard you can fight for something that does not want you. It is in how confidently you can let go. It is in trusting that what is meant for you will never require you to beg, chase, or struggle. It is in knowing that walking away is not an ending. It is a beginning. The moment you stop holding on to what is wrong for you, you open the door to what is right. And when you master the art of walking away with power, you will never have to fear losing anything again, because you will always know that something better is on the way. So go out there, build your value, protect your time, attract what you deserve, and walk away from what you don't. God bless you, and let's build wealth the right way.